goes down. We're crunching the numbers, calling the plays, talking all sports in a big time way. Yeah, yeah. Spreadsheet sports.
Welcome back to Spreadsheet Sports. It is the 27th of March, and I am going to be sharing with you guys a little bit of everything. Um, Sweet 16, obviously, for those that are watching, it could be really, really exciting these next 2 days. And I think we all are going to be able to enjoy like the games from an entertainment value if you're a fan. I think you're also going to enjoy the games if you are um, into the monetary part with the betting aspect. It's just going to be a really good couple of days. There are a lot of dogs. There are a lot of potential dogs that the books aren't looking at. I think there are a couple that they are like overlooking, and we'll jump into that. It's gonna be great. But what I wanted to do was I really wanted to dive into something else dealing with Sweet 16. And I wanted to take a look under the hood and really like dissect the coaches, right? I want to look at the coaches, I want to rank the coaches, and I want to share that with you guys because I think at this stage in the tournament, what kind of dictates the success of a team is going to be a couple of categories. One of them is coaching. Obviously, one is going to be performance, um, and how they've been producing as a team, both on offense and on defense. You also got the upperclassmen aspect of it all in regards to like who has the better ratio of upperclassmen of like seniors and juniors because that's going to give them a better shot at having discipline and running a system that they've been running in place for for at least 2 years together as a team. So they'll have that unity. So when you think about that, I wanted to pull back the curtain and really look at these teams, and I wanted to look at the coaches, and I wanted to see what that looks like together because sometimes you can get like your mind can go off, somewhere else, and it'll be like, oh well, this team is the better team just because they have a better coach. Uh, Sometimes that might be right. Sometimes that might be wrong. Um, because it could be a really good coach with a subpar team. You do have some of those type of matchups in the Sweet 16 lineup. So definitely keep your head on the swivel. But before we go into all that, thank you guys for coming to the channel. As always, you guys are a blessing. Channel is growing. Comment section is flourishing, having some communication. People sending emails. Um, Man, it's been an interesting ride for basketball, but we do have baseball coming up. Um, but let's dive into this show. Like I said, I do have this prepared for you guys, but I do have the games that I am identifying in another video. Okay, so find my other video. That's the preview of the games. This is the ranking preview, okay, of the Sweet 16 teams that'll be playing. Okay, so don't confuse the two. If you're here, you're in the right place because we're going to talk about the coaching. We're going to talk about how that's paired up with the performance of the team and see what the true ranking of those teams might be. Okay. But this is going to help you with understanding how I look at the games when I pull them apart in the other videos. Okay. So sit back and enjoy. Let's run through these teams and let's see what they look like. Um, and then we'll go from there. So always I like to share with you guys my progress for NCAA. As you see, I'm making some progress. My spread bets, I got all of them right on my last bets. I had like seven Spread bets, I got all of them right. Some progress with my total points bet. That's starting to move up into the 80s. I'm still not doing as well as I would like with points bet or with the all of my bets, but I am staying steady with money lines. I'm around that 60% mark right now with money lines. I think with this new ranking system I have for the coaching along with the team performance is going to change things drastically in a great way. Um, so I'm looking for my money line to go between 80 to 100%. I think it's going to help that much more, like literally to the point where data is one thing, but then there's also like team makeup, coaching makeup, and that's just a new identity on top of data. So yeah, I think I'm gonna hit that mark of like maybe between 80 to 90% or 80 to 100%, give or take for my money lines. But I'm gonna obviously share that with you guys, and that way you can see what money lines I like, and then go from there. Hey, you see that we got some movement here, okay, in regards to how you guys are looking at the games and what the marketplace is doing. And I thought this would be a really great place to start before we jump into the breaking down the coaching rankings and the performance rankings. This is going to be some data that's going to really help you guys with looking at the performance of the marketplace. The teams that are winning seem to kind of, their KPIs seem to be pretty consistent. Okay. They literally are operating right now at a pretty steady pace in regards to like, um, the KPIs of the defensive rebounds, which is somewhere around 23, right? They also, when you look at these teams that are winning, right, that are like favored to win and winning, they also are literally like, they have like a -1 or better defensive rebound difference between them and their opponent. These teams also have around 70% win ratio on the road. These teams also are projecting somewhere around 76 points in regards to like the points they produce as a team on their offense. They're also averaging around 11 points or better for fast break points. So with all of that being said, I mean, they're staying consistent. As you see the trend that they're not moving. The only thing that really kind of changed a little bit was the win-loss ratio on the road. Like the teams that didn't have as good of a win-loss ratio have won here most recently. So, you had that information, but then it changes a little bit when you're looking at the marketplace when you're talking about the dogs, right? Those that are the underdogs. You don't know if they're going to win, but they end up pulling out wins. So when you look at how they're performing, it's a little bit different because they're putting up around 23 points in regards to defensive rebounds, right? I'm sorry, not points, but defensive rebounds. They also are -1 or better for the defensive rebound difference. It almost looks the same as the winners, right? Where it changes is regards to like the teams that have at least 63% or better for their win loss ratio on the road. These teams also are producing 73 points, where the winners are producing 76 points. And then the fast break points, they only are having it. These underdog teams are like, their 10 points are better on the fast break, whereas the winners are around 11 or better. So not too big of a difference. Probably your other biggest difference is going to be in the fast break conversion. The underdogs are converting 44% of the fast break conversion, whereas the winners they're converting somewhere around 51%. So with that being said, that gives you an idea of what the marketplace looks like, how it's moving, how to like really identify what teams might be the best probability in regards to who's going to win, who's going to lose. But just something I wanted to share with you guys as I watch the marketplace and watch the trends and watch the KPIs and just see what's going on. Um, it's interesting. It's quite interesting. I mean, you see that the defensive rebound points difference has actually started to take a little bit of a nosedive, right? Along with the average points for the dogs. So things are changing, and I just like to keep mind of that. And then sometimes I reverse engineer the filters on what teams I think are going to win based off of what the trends are. So something else that's tricky for you guys to use if you're into that. This list is pretty interesting when you look at the breakdown, right? Because we've already, established the coaching rankings, and with that being said, you want to look at how they pair well with the team that they have, right? Kind of like the driver and the car. And the team is the car, the driver is no, you know what's different? Kind of your point guard is the driver of the car. The car is the team. The point guard drives. Your coach is your GPS. That's probably the easier way to look at it. Like if you look at it that way in basketball, it's different, right? Pro is even, I mean, not pro, football is even different. Like the general is the quarterback per se, but then you got a general on the defensive side. In basketball, there's not really a defensive general, right? Just probably your best defensive player, but the point guard is the guy. Or if it's women's basketball, then it's going to be that's the lady, right? That's the girl or the female that's in charge. But this is what I got. This is what I got. I've been scratching my head, like trying to figure out who is who. Um, top five, I got Duke, Auburn, Houston, Michigan State, Alabama. My middle five, I got Florida, Tennessee, Texas Tech, Arkansas, Michigan. Bottom five: Arizona, Purdue, Maryland, BYU, Ole Miss, Kentucky. And here's the thing: that bottom six, just because they're bottom six doesn't mean they're bums, and it doesn't mean that they don't deserve to be here because they do. You better not sleep on Maryland. You better not sleep on BYU, and you better not sleep on Kentucky. Ole Miss, Arizona, maybe you can fall asleep at the wheel a little bit, but they will eat your lunch if they're given the opportunity. Um, in that middle pack, Florida, Tennessee, Texas Tech, Arkansas, Michigan, you would have had to have watched how they've been playing to like really know the dog that's inside of them. Michigan is not playing around. They're not playing the games. Um, Rick Barnes in Tennessee, getting it done. Getting it done. Great defense. They're steady as she go. I haven't seen like a whole lot of explosiveness out of them, but what I have seen is a lot of consistency. And consistency is always a lot better than explosiveness. Like they do convert 74% of their fast breaks. So not something you want to play around with, right? I'm sorry. Tennessee only converts 38%. See, that's where I was like, 38% for Tennessee to be converting on their fast breaks. That's one of those things where I'm like, they're not aggressive, but they're consistent. They got number two coach in regards to my rankings. Number five, according to AI. Um, yeah, that's just where I see things right now. I mean, we'll see what happens. Uh, this top five with the coach matchup, it puts things in perspective. Duke and Auburn are your top two teams. Right beneath them is Houston, Michigan State, Alabama. I got a family member. My cousin was telling me that he think Houston can go all the way. I see why he thinks that. But then you got the other part of the fan kingdom, right? The fandom that's like Tom Izzo. Don't bet against Tom Izzo with Michigan State. But then don't sleep on Nate Oates with Alabama. Oh man, this is gonna be must see TV. Florida Gators right there underneath them. Texas Tech is in the pack. Arkansas is in the pack with Calipari. And then the thing is Calipari is probably like the closest thing to Izzo, but Rick Barnes is right there underneath him. It would be different if Arkansas and Tennessee had a much more high-powered team along with Michigan State. Not that they're bad. Again, we're not saying they're bad, but I mean, it just would be different if they had a high-powered team. I wonder what their ranking would be. But all in all, this is my ranking based off of the coaching, based off of AI, based off of evaluating those coaches' careers, along with the performance of the teams and how that matches up. And this is kind of where I see all the teams lining up. So, um, definitely are in for a really, really, really great um matchup and watching how these teams like perform against each other. And it's gonna be kind of sad to see the ones lose because there's some really great competition on this list. Really great competition on this list. It's gonna be bittersweet to see teams fall. Even the bottom six, even when they lose or if they lose, I can't say that they were trash. They just lost the game, but they are definitely some serious contenders, whether it's their coach or whether it's them. But anyway, that's what I got for the combined rankings of the coach plus the team performance and production. Let me know what you guys think. Who should probably be up a little bit higher or lower, but this is what I got. So I hope you found value today in that. Um, I wish you guys the best. For those that are on the hunt for some monetary value in the world of betting, happy hunting. Wish me the best as well. I'm gonna be out there playing the field just like you, looking for some action. Um, and there is a lot of action to be had. So let's enjoy. Um, and let's do what we do best. Be very objective. Like keep your head on the swivel. Don't fall for anything that the books are giving you. I don't care what type of promo they dangle in front of your face. Already have your plan in place before you go to the marketplace. Um, Stay focused. Get all of that out of the way, and then sit down and watch the games and enjoy the games and let whatever happen is happen. Um, don't lose that part. Like remember, this is all about fun. So, again, if you found value in this video, please like, comment, share, or subscribe in whatever order you deem necessary. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, thank you so much for coming to my channel. You didn't have to go. You could have went anywhere else. You didn't have to come here, but you did. So I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. So hope you guys enjoy the show. I hope you enjoy the games, and I will see you on the next one.
Yeah, lights on, game time, let's break it all down. From the spreads to the lines, who's up, who's down. We're crunching